we'll be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Classics Vikor. And Vikor is actually, it looks a little bit more serious than your normal Masters of the Universe figure. And that's because Vikor is based on the prototype of He-Man. And it's pretty obvious what they were going for. Conan had been seeing this really big resurgence in popularity because of the Roy Thomas and John Buscema series at Marvel Comics. Conan also got a movie in the early 80s starring none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. So they came up with this promo art, which I will show. Now compare that to the this Conan picture. And you can really see the similarities. Well, of course, the people at Mattel wanted to soften the barbarian-like design of He-Man down to what we all know and love as He-Man today. Looking at his card, let's give a nice bio of Vikor, placing him in the past with King Grayskull, or after King Grayskull's death. The battle with the Snake Men. They don't refer to how he ended up, but they do sort of say that he had a very short time as the He-Man of that time. He did not have a magical sword, I don't believe. This is just a regular, everyday sword. But this guy looks badass enough that he doesn't need that magic. Taking a look at his weapons. Let's take a look at this shield. Clips right behind the manacles. A very nice design here. They did have to blunt this from the prototype. They had to do that. Obviously, it's a toy. It is still a toy, so they couldn't have that be that sharp. Which is bizarre because they can have this, and that looks pretty sharp too. So going on to his axe here, again has the green, nice metallic green in there, and the copper thing at the end of the axe. Nice double blade. And he has a sword, again with the same metallic green and copper paint details. He can, underneath here, he has a little loop to place his sword. Nice little touch there. It's got some very nice details on here. Great skin tone with just the right amount of shading band. Nice deep paint detail on the horns of his helmet. Again, they got the copper detail on the helmet, along with the silver and this very dark dark silver, dark gray, jet black hair. He's got this nice fur sculpted cape here, animal pelt, nice details on both sides. Has this skull and bone clasp here at the front. You can take it off by taking his head off. I'm not going to do it. It's not necessary. But the cape is flexible, but it's still pretty cumbersome. You know, it does block a lot of the posability in the arms. He's got a nice soft, well, soft at the right point. It's pretty flexible right there, but it's quite stiff other ways. Again, in the back, same thing. It bends at just the right place to be able to give him enough articulation. Pretty standard boot here. I think that's the same. He doesn't get a lot of up and down head movement because of the length of his hair, and you know, his arms don't go all the way around because of the cape, but move them out and they can do that, and moves pretty well. Out, rotate at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out that these little chains here on his manacles are actual metal links that have been put on. He's got some ab articulation, mostly back, not forward. It's, you know, too tight, and I don't want to force it. Waist articulation, legs go out to the side, forward and back, as well as rotate at the upper thigh. It bends at the knee and rotates at the boot, and he bends, although they're quite stiff and solid, does bend at the ankle, as well as have some pivot there. It does not have the exposed pin here anymore, which is new to, I think, probably all the figures they're doing that with. And you can see this one has a little bit better ankle pivot there. He's a great figure. Is he a must-have for the Masters of the Universe line? I'm not so sure. Maybe die-hard collectors that want to get, they know that this guy was inspired by the original concept art for the He-Man character. Getting him for that is a good reason, but I don't know how he really fits into the line. That art is so far his only appearance. He hasn't shown up in any of the comics, as far as I know. He hasn't shown up in any of the television shows, and thus he's not really a essential part of the line. And to be honest with you, the only reason I got him is because he makes a great Conan figure, and I passed on the Toy Biz / Marvel Toys Legendary Heroes, whatever they called them, version of the Conan. Getting this, I'm basically getting this guy to get a Conan figure. He makes a great Conan figure just alone. If you're a Conan fan, I'd say get this and say it's Conan. Forget the Masters of the Universe. It really works outside Masters of the Universe. So he's just an excellent figure on his own, having no connection to Masters of the Universe. And that's how I basically think of him. In my mind, this is a Conan figure, and it's a way for Mattel to kind of get around this, because it's not really Conan, but it is. Because it's not really Conan, but it is. So that's it. For a while, for Masters of the Universe figures. I probably won't be getting anything until April. Coming off of news at Toy Fair in New York, there's still a lot of figures that I want to get from this line. So, not going to be seeing too many Masters of the Universe videos for a while. So until my next video, I'll see you.